Welcome to stenojunction.com. My name is Ankit, currently working with Government of Rajasthan, and I have over 10 years of experience of teaching stenography. So 50 words per minute, starting in 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. The various sectional interests involved have to be taken into account. Also, when examiners are appointed by universities, and sometimes even when the results of the examinations are declared. Universities as organized now are in fact highly vulnerable to pressures of various kinds. The representation given to colleges, the system of election to the more important decision-making bodies, and direct dependence on government grants are all potential instruments for gaining influence and exerting pressure within universities. It is not surprising, therefore, that when teachers and students are also free to participate in political activity, universities get affected very quickly by all the undercurrents and conflicts in the society of which they are a part. One of the major problems now is that while political forces are able to gain entry very easily, the universities do not have the means for effectively coping with them. Para. Under these conditions, growth in size beyond a point becomes a particularly serious handicap. Not only are there few economies of scale to be gained by such expansion, but diseconomies set in through their greater vulnerability to pressures from outside and from within. This has become a major problem for many Indian universities. The growing tendencies towards regionalism in the country have also had serious effects on higher education. These tendencies are generally expressed in demands related to the medium of instruction. Para. Some of these demands are based on sound educational principles and are wholly justifiable, but in their most extreme form, they usually indicate either ignorance of the minimum requirements of higher education or inward looking conduct of a kind that places considerations of a selfish character above these requirements. In practice, both have been in evidence. More specifically, the problem arises when instruction at the postgraduate level is sought to be given in the regional languages. For most of the relevant literature at that level is usually not available. Para. Sir, I rise to support the demands that have been placed before the House by the Home Minister. Sir, I need not remind the House that this year the Home Ministry's demands are being discussed in a context which can be described as almost unexampled. It is for the first time that we are discussing the demands of this ministry after the country passed through the period of the emergency that rocked the very basic structure of our Constitution and our policy and made the common people of our country realize what they have lost with the eclipse of their fundamental rights and freedom. Para. Sir, the 19 months of rule marked the culmination of a concerted effort to undermine democracy. Those who wanted to destroy the democracy and convert our system into a totalitarian system had looked upon the Home Ministry as the main instrument for forcing their will on the nation. They wanted to substitute the rule of law with a reign of terror to place individuals above the law, to provide immunity to those whom the group liked, and to harass all those who were looked upon as dangerous to the monopoly of power that the extra-constitutional caucus wanted to preserve. The then Home Minister was himself a captive of this caucus. It was practically a totalitarian regime and was therefore bound to be a police regime. Stop.